audiences, because if you've ever gone on like Tumblr or ImageFave, they're in love with Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki in Thor and the Avengers.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's really done a lot to bring geek culture out of the kind of area it was before, where it was very, very obscure, very, very like it would be a couple of people in a school, and they would be the people who played, Magic the Gathering. They would be the ones to collect comics. Now people see, like, everyone talks about Avengers. Everybody knows what Avengers is. And more people seem to be playing video games. More people seem to be going to these kind of geeky movies. So I think it's really done a lot to help boost people's interest in these areas. But I think it's also destroying comic books.
Right, yeah.
And I'll get into that because we got to go for a commercial right now.
Yes, so we got to go for whatever you call one of these commercial breaks. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll be back
we'll sound professional.
We'll be back after these messages.
It's Sunday morning, and you just woke up feeling like the Walking Dead. It's nothing dangerous. It's just a hangover. You can combat this mental malaise by tuning into CHMR at 10 a.m. every Sunday morning for the Sunday Morning Hangover Cure. It's your perfect prescription of medicinal music lovingly mixed to cure the worst case of post-Saturday night zombieitis. That's the Sunday Morning Hangover Cure with your host, Terry Parsons, every Sunday, 10 a.m. and only on 93.5 CHMR FM.
Hello, I am a proud soccer mom seeking your support for our provincial under-15 boys team, who will be representing our province at the Atlantic Championships this June in Moncton, New Brunswick. The boys are hosting a goods bingo at Knights of Columbus, St. Clair Avenue on Thursday, April 25th. Doors open at 7 p.m., bingo at 7:30. Tickets are $10. If you would like to pre-purchase tickets, donate a prize, or even sponsor a player on his journey, contact Ruth at 739-8218 or ruth.godden7@hotmail.ca. Come out for a chance to win hundreds of dollars in great prizes. Thank you.
Oh, you're listening to 93.5 CHMR FM. Mon radio, in stereo, baby!
And we're back.
We're back here. You're listening to The Aperture. Email us at theaperture@gmail.com, all lowercase and 1-3, where there's supposed to be an E in Aperture.
Yeah,
and the first E in Aperture. Oh, yeah, Twitter and Facebook.
And you can follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/theapertureshow, capital T, capital A, no spaces. And you can also follow us on Twitter, because we're up with the technology. We're cool, at www.twitter.com/theapertureshow, all lowercase, no space.
And if you want to listen to this episode on YouTube, you're going to have to wait till next week when I get the YouTube account started. I'll get it started tonight can you remind me after we finish the show to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
all your professional radio hosts at CHMR 93.5. Also, if you weren't able to catch the show today, then and I'll post this on our Facebook page and our Twitter account. You can always go to the CHMR website, and they have recordings of the show there as well.
They don't?
They don't? No, but you can listen. What I mean is you can listen to it though.
You can listen to it live.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes.
Like if you're outside the if you're outside.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. If for some reason you're in like that line just past that hydro building right next to Cowan Heights, which just seemed to be, as we were driving the other day, that seems to be where we lose it.
Yeah.
So you can listen to it online or on YouTube. I imagine a lot of our listeners will probably end up going to YouTube.
Yeah. And eventually we're going to put extra content on YouTube as well.
Precisely. Yeah. Yes. Okay. I kind of wanted to do something. Like, sort of do a recent history of geek culture.
Before we do that, can I just finish what I was saying about the comic book?
Yeah, by all means.
So, what I was just saying is that there seems to be a rise in the popularity of comic book-based movies. Iron Man, Avengers, Batman, and then the new Man of Steel, and Marvel Phase 2. And what this has done is, and I think most of these movies are great movies, but it seems to me that whereas before the comics kind of dictated what was in the movies, now the movies are dictating what's in the comics, and more people are And Marvel especially seems to be focusing more of its efforts on movie creating. Not that I blame them, because they're going to get way more money in the long run, but it seems that the comic creation is falling by the wayside, and in addition, DC is not doing very well because they're having a hard time getting a lot of their franchises off the ground. Like Wonder Woman, Green Lantern was pretty bad.
We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
We don't have anything against Ryan Reynolds personally, but his agent, whoever that is, I don't know what he's up to. But,
you'll probably never see a Flash movie. I don't think they'll ever get Justice League off the ground to compete with the Avengers, at least not in the next 3 or 4 years.
I think the Avengers really sort of took things by storm.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think I was going to see a superhero movie be the third most money-making movie of all time.
Yes.
That was incredibly startling to me. Now, part of that, admittedly, I mean, I know there's a guy right now listening who thinks he's smarter than me who's going to point out that, that's just because of ticket prices, and he's right, but it's still money.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, it's still money in their pockets.
If you had said to the CEO of Marvel during the 90s, who I believe had just become, or Joe Quesada, if you said, Avengers is going to be one of the most popular movies ever made, he would have laughed in your face and walked off.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's amazing how, I mean, I know it's been 20 years, but it's amazing how far that this genre has come. But anyway, you wanted to talk about TV shows.
Yeah, TV shows, which is sort of, like, I find my home a lot in TV shows. I don't know, something to do with the length and, like, the bulk watching feature of TV shows. And I always feel like I have time to do TV shows when I should be studying.
Yeah.
I do really find my home in supernatural TV shows, and recently, I've been watching this for great. Thank you. I've been watching this show for quite a while, and I just showed Adam the first 5 or 6 episodes the other day.
It was really good.
Of Lost Girl, which is, I honestly, after Angel ended.
Also, by the way, this is our Canadian content, so we're filling.
Oh yeah, no, you're right too. Yeah,
Lost Girl is a Canadian TV show. It is filmed in Toronto.
I want to say yes. It airs every Sunday night on Showcase.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's a great show.
Yeah, it's going to be coming back for season 4 now, pretty soon, I hope.
Which is rare for a kind of a supernatural Canadian TV show.
Yeah, okay. It has two
Canadian
things against it in terms of the market. Like, it's really impressive. I mean, I think that, and honestly, after Joss Whedon sort of finished up with all his shows, he's
Angel, never going back to TV.
Firefly, Dollhouse, after all those shows sort of went out, I thought that maybe, and we had Supernatural. Supernatural was still on TV, but eventually that's going to end. And I sort of thought maybe that was going to be it, and maybe we were going to end up moving on from Supernatural television. And I was really happy to find out that wasn't the case. And clearly when you have Lost Girl, a show that's coming up on their 4th season, someone aside from me is watching it.
Yeah.
That means it's not entirely... The idea of supernatural television isn't dead yet. It's still attracting an audience. 4 seasons is great.
Yeah.
For anything.
Yes, for anything, especially for a TV show of that nature. Now, if you had a TV show like the X Factor or something like that, and when you're expecting a huge money return, that's not great. But we're talking about a syndicated, plot-driven, character-driven television show. And I also think you're seeing more geek culture portray into television, because think back to the early 2000s, a lot of cop dramas, a lot of CSI shows, that was just becoming popular.
Yeah.
And a lot of sitcoms, and I mean a huge amount of reality TV shows.
Yeah, especially contestant-based shows,
yes,
like The American Idol,
or even what's the one where they're on? I was going to say Lost. What's the one where they're on the island? Survivor. There we go.
Lost.
But now you're seeing, especially, I think it's safe to say that the most popular show, or if not then one of the most popular shows on television right now is Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Excellent series. Check it out. It's on HBO.
Yep.
And it airs every Sunday at 9 o'clock.
Sundays at what is 9 o'clock on HBO, I think. I don't think it's 9 here.
No.
Is what I'm saying. I don't know precisely what time exactly it comes on, but I will say that it's an amazing show.
Yeah.
And everyone should find out.
And you'll see there's definitely gonna be reruns of it. I mean, it's the most. If it's not that, and then not only do you have Game of Thrones, which is a fantastic show, probably one of the most popular on TV today, but you also have shows